Thank you. We are joined now by an individual who was a member of the second class of undergraduate women to attend the University of Notre Dame. She earned her undergraduate degree from Notre Dame in 1977 and her law degree from the Notre Dame Law School in 1980. A 6-year career as a successful trial attorney led to a move to a circuit court judgeship and then to a justice position on the Illinois Appellate Court. She has received the Woman of Achievement Award and Edward F. Soren Award from her alma mater, and her oldest daughter has followed in her footsteps to Notre Dame. Joining us now on the Notre Dame Day hotline from Cleveland, Ohio, is the Honorable Sheila O'Brien. Sheila, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Thank you for having me. How exciting.
Now, I know you're from the Chicago area, so what takes you to Cleveland this day?
My Notre Dame roommate, Karen Abraham Wanders, and her husband, Rich Wanders, both of the class of 77, live here in Cleveland. And Karen has some health concerns, so I'm out visiting and being with Karen for a while.
I know I speak for the entire Notre Dame family when I say we send our prayers out to Karen, but that's another thing that makes Notre Dame great. The relationships you make here, I know, last a lifetime. Now let's go back to your early years. When did Notre Dame first appear on your radar screen?
Oh, golly, probably when I was about 8 years old. Notre Dame highlights used to be on Sunday mornings,
Yes,
for those of us over the age of 60. And I used to watch them with my dad, who was a Subway alum. And I said, I want to go to Notre Dame someday. And he said, well, you can't do that because you're a girl. So it was always on the radar for a nice Irish Catholic family to cheer for the Irish.
And Father Ted put an end to that obstacle for you, didn't he?
He did. You know, when Notre Dame went co-ed in 1972, or at least the first class of women got there, it really opened the doors for all of us to think that Notre Dame could be a possibility for us. So it was a very exciting time and a very interesting time for the university. And those of us who applied back then and got there had some very interesting experiences.
Now let's talk about those early days of co-education at Notre Dame. How did the guys treat you?
Well, I think the guys were like we were. That it was a new experience, and we were all a little confused as to how it was going to work out. So these were really great guys. They were wonderful. They're wonderful people, but it was a new experience for all of us. So there were times when we weren't all on our best behavior, and sometimes the guys were not as nice to us as they should have been. But in the end, it all became part of the history of Notre Dame and how it all worked out. It worked out well, as you can tell. Now Notre Dame is 50% women and 50% men, so it all worked out well in the end.
You know, I still occasionally read on the chat board some of the older grads who still are not happy that this is a co-ed institution, but everybody that I talk about around here really believes that the addition of women to Notre Dame has really helped this campus grow in so many areas that it needed to grow in.
Well, you know, it's fun. Like, I think you had Jim Lynch on earlier, right?
Yes,
You know,
yes.
Jim Lynch, what a great guy. Jim Lynch, what a fabulous Notre Dame person. And yet Jim wasn't for it at the beginning. The world has changed, and Notre Dame went co-ed at the same time that Princeton went co-ed, Yale, all these schools did. It was a change in society. It took a little time, but people eventually saw that it was a good way to go. And God loved Father Ted and Father Blance and Father Joyce and the First Lay Board to say, let's do this. Let's try it out.
Now, I know your oldest child, Mary, is a sophomore here at Notre Dame. What was that like for you, dropping your daughter off at Notre Dame for the first time?
Golly, it was almost 40 years to the day that I arrived at Notre Dame, so it was kind of an out-of-body experience. But Mary's having a great time at Notre Dame and playing on the Notre Dame Ultimate Frisbee team, which, as you know by looking at the leaderboards, is number 2 right now in donations, right behind the Glee Club. And they're going to the Nationals in Milwaukee over Memorial Day. So she's enjoying Notre Dame as much as I did and my roommates did. It's fun to watch the Ultimate Frisbee team. Did I say that enough, Mary, the Ultimate Frisbee team?
I'm glad that you clarified that, because I was wondering what the heck the Ultimate Frisbee team was going to do with, the last I looked, $43,000. I thought they were going to have golden Frisbees. But
no, really, let me tell you, they are terrific. And boy, I watched them this weekend. They really carry the banner of Notre Dame in a tremendous way. The women beat Michigan. Let's hear it for those Notre Dame women who beat Michigan at Ultimate Frisbee in Rockford. And the Notre Dame women are going to go to the Nationals in Ultimate Frisbee, so it's very cool. I've come alive to Ultimate Frisbee. So it's very cool to watch Notre Dame expand in all these different ways. MK is on the team and enjoying it, and they are great, great people. Yeah, I urge all the people listening right now to watch this team, and you'll be very proud of the Irish as they head to the Nationals in Milwaukee over Memorial Day.
Sheila, thank you so much, and I'm glad we gave you an opportunity to promote Ultimate Frisbee into one of the nation's leading sports.
You're so kind. Also, Mary lives in Walsh Hall. Let's have a shout-out for Walsh Hall and their rector, Liz. And, boy, I wish maybe Mary would think about law school. What a great law school Notre Dame has, as I know. Nell Newton and all of her fabulous people, and Jake, who's director of admissions. So thanks to all of you at Notre Dame who are doing Notre Dame Day. It's really fun. Can you tell they all told me that I should give them a shout-out?
And you follow instructions well. Sheila, thank you very much. We have to take a quick break, and when we come back, Digger will rejoin us with a special guest.